What's up, people? A little surprise late night live stream. I was just hanging out over at LAB stream for a while, and I noticed there were still a bunch of people awake, hanging out, chatting, and chilling. It didn't seem like everybody was done, so I wanted to be like Cheers here and have you guys a place to go where everybody knows your name. So decided to come live for just a minute, see who's awake, who's still hanging out, who's not. I'm going to subscribe to some people, help out some little channels, get some numbers. I remember when I first started streaming and it felt really hard, or even YouTubing, it felt really hard to get any subscribers, and even getting one was a big deal to me. And I know how that feels. So I like being able to do that for some of these smaller channels. You see people 13, 14, 15 subscribers, and it's only right that you go and check out their channel and give them some love back. So got to give out love to everybody there, If you guys are here in the stream, please say hello. What's up? If you hear the noise in the background, my wife is playing Fortnite on the Xbox 360, so she's kicking butt. Xbox One, excuse me, Xbox One. I've got the PS4 over here. I play my mine on there, but that's a lot of fun. Who doesn't enjoy that, right? Okay. So for those who've never been to my channel, hello there, Catherine Couch. Good to have you in the stream. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Glad to have you here. I do a little bit of a different kind of thing here on my channel. I like to do voices. I'm very good at doing some voices. If you guys like to hear some, we'll knock some out here in a little bit. I do kooky things, kooky thoughts, ideas. But on my channel, we always deal with respect. We're going to always remain respectful. But we can always talk about all kinds of it. Wiedersehen. Guten Tag. Du sprechen Sie Deutsch? There's vorne. Mein Deutsch ist nicht gut, but du verstehen ein bit, yeah. But anyway, I've got I do some magnet fishing on the channel. There's a bunch of different stuff. I don't limit myself to one thing, but I love doing everything. The way my mind works is all over the place. So my channel reflects very much of who I am by being all over the place. But glad to have you guys here in the stream. Let me get my phone going. Sorry, nice close-up, right? And apologize for the fluffy here. I don't have it all. It's late night. I don't have it all nice and slick back like I normally like to keep it. So I like to call it my main. But anyway, all right. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves? I'm not familiar with some of you guys here hanging out. So I'd love to meet you guys. I'm very familiar with my regular audience, and normally they're here. Let's see, what time is it in the UK? Because I have a lot of people that follow me from the UK, and it's about 7:18 in the morning there. If anybody knows, that's Brad. He's a magnet fisherman in the UK. Just made the papers again. So if you don't know who that's Brad is, go check out his channel. He's got a really great channel, and he also happens. Stephen Greer is here. Hello, Stephen. There's a familiar face. There's some people we know. Stephen, we got some great new people here joining us. We got Catherine Couch and Der Swornen. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It could be pronounced Deers Warden. Either way, this is just to say hello. I don't know. It's also a favorite song of mine. I've been known to break into song and dance on my YouTube channel as well. We're live. So if that happens, please do not be alarmed. But let me bring up my YouTube channel here so I can get to subscribing to some new people. I want to make sure I'm subscribed to everybody, let me bring that up real quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right. Well, that's bright, right? Jeez. I can get a tan off my phone. Uh-oh, the zone's coming in on Eevee. All right, there we go. Das ist gut, ja. There we go. All right, let me make sure I'm subscribed to all these, to Miss Couch. I am not. There we go. I apologize. Well, now I am. So I'm number 3. I feel good. 3 is a good, solid number, like a triangle. And there's one, and I am, and I would imagine that I am his only subscriber, but that's good. I'm glad that he's picked up a subscriber. One to start you off the bat. I did not expect actually anybody to be hanging out tonight. It's kind of late, but we'll see who stops by just to say hi. Like I said, hanging out in LAB stream, having a good time, talking with everybody, seeing everybody. Kevin being silly as usual, doing awesome stuff, going beast mode like he does. And that's great. He does a great job. Very entertaining, The guys, what can I say? The guy's a beast. But it just seemed like everybody was kind of still lingering around, quite an audience going on. So I figured, oh, coping alone. Well, I do. I recognize you though, but I know I've seen your channel. I've watched one of your show, a couple of your videos. Glad to have you in the stream. Kind of late. Well, just always remember now that you're in my stream, you're never coping alone. We're always coping. We can cope together. You know, if you just to get into myself about who I am a little bit, I do have PTSD. I served 7 years in the Army, 1 tour Iraq, 1 tour Afghanistan. So I understand about coping. You can't sleep, so that's another thing. I don't sleep a whole lot either. So I'm usually up all kinds of weird hours. Sometimes I stay up for days at a time. Steve, what's up, buddy? Good to see you around. Just got on your just got out on that's great. Oh, I hear you coping. So you're never coping alone. You know, there's always a group of people. We can always be friends here, and no one's ever going to, not on my channel, no one's ever going to talk any kind of crap or anything like that. I won't allow it. I've got a great set of moderators who help out. Steven knows what I'm talking about. Just Some Dude is an amazing friend of mine from over in the seas. Which is older, Betty White or sliced bread? Geez, that's a toughie. I'm going to say Betty White. I'm going to say Betty White because I wouldn't imagine that sliced bread was around until probably maybe the 50s or 60s, maybe the 40s before pushing it. But Betty White's pushing, what, 90 something now? So she's going back to about 1930s. So I would say yes, definitely. Oh, I understand. 96. Morning, y'all. Gary's here. Hello, Gary. Speaking of my wonderful moderators, Gary is here. I didn't plan on doing a live stream, Gary. It just so happens that, like I said, I was hanging out on another live stream, and seems like everybody there was still kind of just hanging out and chitting and chatting. And, you know, I figured I'd be Cheers and have a place where everybody goes and knows your name, you know? Matt Gillio, yo, hello. Have a very similar look. Came here from Beast Stream. Oh, great, Matt. Well, I'm glad to meet you. Kevin's a great guy. He does a great stream. So happy that you were able to migrate over. Lisa is here. What time is it there? It's 1:22 in the morning. Oh, I'm glad Lisa was here. I couldn't hear the bells, but now she's here. I can hear the bells. Lisa knows what I'm talking about. Anyway. So we should get to doing some voices since we've got so many new people stopping in. It's not early. It's quite late as far as I can tell. I guess it's whatever side of the perspective you want to look at it from, Lisa. So, well, no, I don't know what voices we like. Hello, Matt. Well, we got a bunch of people stopping on by. This is awesome. Sliced bread came out in 1928. So was I wrong or right? I have no idea. Oh, there's another Matt from Beast Stream. Oh, awesome. Look at this. It's 2:22 a.m. Matt from Matt. That means he's on the East Coast. So Matt's hanging out on the East Coast. I'm in Central Time Zone. You're a night owl, so that's early, right? I'm not going to rack out probably until about 3 or 4, but I have to go to Nashville tonight, and I'm not thrilled about that, but I have to go. Oh, you're in Canada. My mom's from Canada, Matt, so that's awesome. She's from Quebec. That's amazing. Rock on, dude. I have family over in Nova Scotia. How about that? You know, you can kind of tell I got the Canadian, you know, kind of look going on, but you'd never know that I'm Jewish. You'd never know. And a Jew doing comedy and that kind of thing is just unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. Mountain Time, Alberta. Okay, rock on. Let me do my best Canada for you. Oh, Canada. I've been working on this now. Our home and native land. Sing it, Peanut. Something about patriots and maybe gravy. We stand on guard for thee. All right. Good boy. Well, thank you, Coping Alone. It's been growing for about a year now, and it's been getting magnificent. You should have seen it, though, when it was first growing before gravity was finally able to overcome the power of my Jufro. And it would be tall and bushy. But finally, the weight of my hair has overcome genetic whatever, and it finally fell. So, that aside, you're in Ontario. I can call you Cat. Wonderful, Cat. That's nice. Okay, so check this out. So I like to do voices, and Lisa knows. Gary knows. I do voices. Pat knows. Pat Mustard does. He knows you guys love to do voices. So I think we should go ahead and do a couple for you real quick. I do need to warm up, so I apologize if they're going to be a little bit off, but I'll go ahead and I don't like to say I like you guys just to hear, and hopefully you'll catch on right away. So my warm up I like to do is, of course, the Cleveland Brown Show. It helps my voice kind of warm up to start off with something in a singing tone because it really works the vocal cords and warms us up for doing voices. So Let me do my Cleveland voice for you. You ready? So I apologize. And Peanut, do your best not to sing, bub. Okay? All right. So 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be right back in my hometown with my new family. There's old friends and new friends and even a bear. Through good times and bad times, it's true love we share. And so I found a place where everyone will know my happy mustache face. This is the Cleveland Show. So there. Oh, that's good on the voice, right? Bye, Steven. Okay, so there. I didn't expect to go live, but like I said, I saw so many people hanging out on LAB stream, and I just figured, why not? You know, I'm up. Let's do it. Okay, if you guys have any requests, I'm always open to try new voices. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get them right. I do have a few that are in my repertoire that I'm very confident with. So we can always try one. So if you guys do have any open suggestions, for instance, just the other day I found out oh, heavy metal magnets here. I figured things got heavy. There's that word heavy again. Is there something wrong with the gravity in 1985? Great Scott. All right, anyway.
A lot of people over there from just those two.
What time is it? Where it's 1:26 in the morning here. In the morrow.
I know, that's really weird.
Remember, let's do a little bit of Sean Connery for you guys. I love doing Sean Connery. Remember, like, guys, 100 no's and 1 yes. Still a yes. And I was in The Rock, and I played a very dangerous man. I was also James Bond. Money penny. Anyway. Oy vey. Oi, Peanut. So for those who are new to it, hello, Sean Connery, you love it, Matt, and I know you do. You're going to come to me, ladies. Remember, like I said, you can ask a lady 100 times, and 100 no's, and 1 yes. Still a yes. All right. Ay, Dios mío. That was hot. All right. 1 second. 1 second. Do the Joker. Well, I guess that depends on which Joker you want. 2 seconds. You saw nothing.
I might
nothing.
Streaming my
all right.
Games, but I have to figure out how to use the touch card on that stupid.
You know, and like for people who don't know, I am a veteran, so love you some Sean Connery. I'm a veteran, so I can do whatever the hell I please. I'm just joking. I'm not that arrogant. But yeah, I do my own thing. It helps keep me in control, so it's whatever, right? Right. Ich muss jetzt meinen Hund verstehen, ja? Heath Ledger. I don't know if I could do Heath Ledger. Mel Gibson in his crazy early religious years. I don't know if I could do quite a Mel Gibson voice, and I don't know if I could attempt it. I do a lot of cartoon voices. Damn straight veterans. Oh, you're a veteran? Well, salute to you. What was your MOS scoping? Or excuse me, I didn't even ask what branch you were in. I was Army, so obviously MOS. What branch were you, though? Don't tell me how to do my job. Do Nicolas Cage. I've been very happy to try a little bit of Nicolas Cage for you, but I can't guarantee if it's gonna come out right. I don't know if that's right or not. I know you don't want to shock me. You should buy some more fruit in your diet. It'll help you feel good. I've never tried Nicolas Cage, so I apologize if that is off. It felt right. Oh, that was good.
You guys can hear him in the background.
What are their names so I can say hi to them on the live stream? My wife is playing Fortnite, and the people she's playing live with can hear me in the background, and they're probably like, what the hell is going on in his living room? We can, you know, it's good for you, good for you, you know, sometimes bow, and it happens. A little Christopher Walken for you, not the best. We'll let you watch the replay. I don't know. I'll be very critical. I will never go back over. I hate watching myself. I used to do stand-up comedy, if you guys ever want to see when I did some stand-up comedy right when I got out of the Army. I have some of those videos loaded, but stand-up comedy and PTSD didn't quite mesh the way I wanted it to. So I found that YouTube was a better alternative for doing the kind of comedy I like. And somebody said the Joker. Hold on. Now, I love my father was crazy. And one day, he came over to me with a knife. He said, "Why so serious?" He took a knife and cut me from ear to ear. Said, "Let's put a smile on my face." Sometimes I like to just, Beetlejuice. Absolutely, my Beetlejuice. I love doing Beetlejuice. I'm going to actually Comic-Con as Beetlejuice. So, hold on, let me think of Beetlejuice. Come on, you hate sandworms. I hate sandworms. Come on, guy. We'll save that one for later.
Yeah, somebody jumped down.
Oh, Michael Malloy is here. Hello, Michael. Glad to have you in, man. I haven't seen you in so long, buddy. Wow, the whole gang is here, guys. Late night with me.
It's Robert and Richard.
Robert and Richard. Well, you could have given me the screen names, love. That would have been fine. We could have used that. That would have worked well. Crikey, mate. Now, this here is Australia's most dangerous animal. It is a Bengal kitten. Very dangerous. So I'm going to pick it up. Maybe give it a kiss on the head. Right. You're off, love. Gorgeous, gorgeous little Sheila.
I have somebody trying to play cross-platform with me.
That murders my voice, guys.
He's on computer.
But we're going to do it. We're going to keep going. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Matt. And you too, sir, are awesome. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop on by and hang out. It's always a pleasure. I love doing this for you guys. This is just fun for me. This is why, again, I've said before, I would be happy to be the first person sent to Mars on my own. Send me there by myself, 2-3 years ahead of everyone. That's fine. I'll set everything up. And I'll hang out. Entertainment, don't worry, I'm fine. I've already figured out that it's only a 6-minute delay for my live stream, so I would be very good to go. Hello. Yeah. Hello, Tracy. Excuse me, Tracy Roberts. Glad to have you in the live stream with us hanging out. Planet Greenbaum. Well, I would, first thing I would do is I think I would tell people I would not pay my taxes that year. Now whatsoever.
I found out how to play cross-platform.
Wunderbar. Das ist gut, ja.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know that.
So I would love to go. And because, I think, though, the one of the biggest things that they need to consider when sending someone to Mars is the ability to keep themselves entertained for long periods of time, for instance. And I think I would be just fine. I would keep myself entertained for hours. When we used to do ruck marches in the Army, and Coping can remember this, on the 15K road march, I just talked to myself and made funny movies and things play in my head. And what, you would go to Mars? Absolutely. Send me on the first team. I have plenty of electrical training. I'm good to go. I would have to quit smoking. So the difference in the radiation that I would receive, the chance of cancer from cosmic radiation is anywhere from, I believe, 5 to 7% chance of cancer. And smoking is anywhere from a 15 to 20% chance of cancer. So just by sending me to Mars, it would force me to quit smoking, and then in turn offset the difference chance of me getting cancer, because cosmic radiation versus this lowers the difference. It's a difference of about 7 points. So I would actually lower my chances. So, I'm not worried about it. And besides, it's all good to go.
He added me as a friend on Epic.
Well, congratulations. Good for you, Matt. That's seriously, I mean that. I mean that in the most way. A-Dog is here. Hello, A-Dog. Sounds like a plan. And then, like I said, guys, I've worked out how to live stream still. As far as I know, there's still internet at Mars. It would just relay off a satellite. I could still send 6.5 minute delay. That's not the best, but hey, I'll work with it. It's no big deal. I wouldn't even monetize. Wouldn't even care if they were monetized. Not like I could really use it, right? And I could just keep myself, yes, Mr. Burns, he'd be there in the rocket ship, flying to Mars. One more place to colonize. Smithers, name it after me.
Where are you going to go?
Oh, that sounds like a plan, sir.
All right.
But it's a one-way trip. Yeah, that's awesome. No big deal. And I'm used to MRE, so it's no big deal. I like those. So, dehydrated food sounds fine to me. It doesn't bother me one bit. That'd be fun. I'm going on a trip. in a favorite rocket ship. Oh, there we go.
Do what?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Well, you have a great day. No, I would expect her to come with me too, because I need someone to talk to. Like, Evie would understand. She'd go to Mars with me, I think. But I'd be taking seeds. That's no doubt. You know, not for nothing, dude. And I'd have to take some edibles for the journey there because it's going to get boring in space. And there's like some experiments I would want to pull off while we're there, just to see that. Well, of course I would want Evie there. She'd have to come. That'd be the only provision. I would need Evie there. Can't go without. See, I couldn't live without that. Oh, The Sound of Music. Well, good. Gary was there. He actually said it too. I do like to sometimes hide the name of a song or something like that, or a movie quip or something. And the first person to just say it out loud is the winner. It's my secret game. And sometimes it'll be a movie quote. Sometimes it'll be a song from a movie, or maybe just a line from a song. One was "I Can Hear the Bells," and Lisa was the first one to get it. She knows that that's a line from the song from Hairspray. So Gary went ahead and he was the first to say it, and you win. I do have a PS4. If you ever want to play Fortnite with me, Matt, my name on PS4 is the same as my YouTube channel here, jgreenbaum85. Word. I also do have some t-shirts and merchandise, but that's for later. I really don't want to get into that right now. That's an afternoon stream maybe. jgreenbaum85. Yep, there's my screen name for PlayStation 4. If you want to jump on there, that would be great. What did Michael say? That's a good idea. Oh yeah, I was watching Michael. He was making phone calls to scammers, and he was talking about his sister wives, and I was like, for realsies? And this guy was tripping me out for a minute. This guy had me rolling, dude. And he's like, no, I'm just playing. I was like, Michael, you sly devil, you. All right. Michael, do you play cribbage by any chance? Michael Malloy, do you play cribbage? You look like a good cribbage player. I think I could take you in cribbage. Oh, you have no idea. Michael, I was dying, dude. Dying laughing watching you. I was over, literally, kicking my feet in the air. Like a little child. He was dying laughing. Dying, dude. Not for nothing, dude. Not for nothing, Sometimes they do. Sometimes you don't, But anyway. What's some other voices we can do for you guys? Right? You guys have no idea. The Musical King and I. What was the song I liked from The King and I? I don't remember. It's been so long since I saw The King and I.
Happened?
And not the movie Anna and the King. Dude, Jack Nicholson. I can try to do Jack Nicholson. I make no promises, so bear with me. Let me think of Jack Nicholson. Sometimes these guys, they just get under your skin. No, that's terrible. I guess, give a guy a ride. Come on through, help me out. I don't know. That might be terrible, Jack Nicholson. I don't know. I don't feel like I was doing it very well on that one. I've never done Jack Nicholson before. I was playing cribbage way up a mountain a week ago. No way, Matt, because I used to play cribbage with my grandpa on the mountain. Now, I want you to know, Matt, I consider myself a killer cribbage player. And I think I could double skunk you, Matt McGale. I could double skunk you. The first one was close. Again, I've never done my Jack Nicholson. It's been a while since I've heard him. There's so many different roles that Jack Nicholson's done that it's hard to pick one. So does he do great? I would love to see it. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I would love to see it. I'll have to go watch Michael Malloy do a great Jack Nicholson. I can do Scooby-Doo, so I love you, Raggy. Like Zoink Scoob. We gotta get out of here. I love you, Raggy. We gotta roll. Roll a doobie. Like a doobie, Scoob? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh no, I love playing cribbage. It just so happens my grandfather, peanut and butter. Can
PS4s do it?
My great grandfather was actually a cribbage champion up in Canada, and I still have his trophy where he won in partners. And what my uncle and I do is when he comes over to play cribbage, we bring the trophy, and we play a series of cribbage. Whoever wins keeps the trophy. And then the next time the person, either I go to his house or he comes to mine. We bring the trophy with us and we play to keep the trophy. And it's our belt. And of course, you get to smear it in the person's face. Ah, I'm the champion. Ah, and you get to gloat over him. But my grandfather was a wonderful, amazing cribbage player. So was my great grandfather. Cribbage, I've been playing cribbage since I was about like 3 or 4. Love cribbage. I think I played cribbage before I could speak English. So yeah. And yes, English is not my first language, for those who do not know. German was my first language. I didn't speak English till I was about 4 or 5. You can tell by the heavy German accent, right? But I kid you not. Let me make sure I'm subscribed to everybody here. A crib belt killer, absolutely. Thank you so much, Michael Malloy. Let me make sure. What was the last concert I went to? The only concert I've ever been to was last year, and I went and saw Iron Maiden for the first time. Again, speaking of my uncle, he heard that I'd never been to a concert. I just turned 33 or 32, and I had never been to a concert. Just recently turned 33. But 32 years old, never been to a concert in my life. I was really busy in my 20s. I was doing something. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, fighting wars. So I was really busy, and I couldn't make it to concerts. So when he found out that it just so happened that Iron Maiden was in Nashville, and he went and scored me some tickets, and he was like, I have to take you to your first concert. So you're turning 29 in 2 days. Well, happy early birthday to you, Matt. I hope you have a great 29th birthday. Don't stress out. What was your MOS in the Army? Absolutely. I was a 91 Delta Charlie 9. I was a power generation technician with the Patriot Missile Defense System. That was my job. It earned me a little sweet security clearance, and I made it to the rank of sergeant. You've seen the video. Oh, it was so much fun. And Ghost opened for him. If you guys haven't heard Ghost, definitely check out Ghost. What is that song? Something on the Hammer. Check out their Hammer song. I forget what it's called. It's awesome. I will be 60, so the U.S. Army cannot draft me. Oh, I got a little injury in Afghanistan, and they tried to fix it, and it didn't work. So that's why I had to get out of the Army. But I did my time. 71 Lima. Started out as a 71 Lima. I'm not familiar with that, and MOSs have changed, so it's going to be probably different. When I first started in the military, I was what was called a 52 Delta. And then while about 2 years into my MOS, they changed it. And it actually kind of pissed me off because I don't like odd numbers. And I like that I chose 52 Delta because it was an even number. And then out of nowhere, they changed it to 91 Delta. And I'm like, damn it. But then I reasoned that my Charlie 9, so 91 plus 9, 90 would be 100, and that would be even. So I was okay with that. It's a pickaxe wound from Fortnite. That's exactly what happened. Yep. MP. Who doesn't love? Well, we can always talk Army. I was always doing goofy things in the Army too. If you guys go back into all my old videos, the first video I loaded on YouTube was we were in Afghanistan and we got this new private, and I had convinced him that it was very hua, and that's how you pronounce it, by the way. So if you guys ever see someone on TV say it wrong, I'm going to say it correctly for you, and you're going to hear it now. H-O-O-A-H, okay? Right there, one time with me whenever you see it. The Navy and the Marines are oorah. That's O-O-A-H, oorah. And we are hua, or hua. So not oorah or hua or whatever the hell they like to say in Hollywood. It's hua. And it actually stands, it's an acronym. It's an old acronym for heard, acknowledge, understood, H-U-A. And that means you understood everything. So there you go. Well, hey, look at this, Matt. And maybe if there's a World War III, you'll still get the opportunity. Look on the bright side. I was happy to go. I knocked out my time. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I met one of my best friends in the military. And it was awesome. I kid. I joke a lot. Guys, I have a very weird, warped sense of humor. Fellow veterans coping alone will understand. Veterans have a very odd sense of humor, so bear with me, But I was always goofy. But anyway, back to the story. So I convinced the kid that it was hua of him and that we all went through it. And I hooked 2 car batteries up to his nipple. And if you want to see what happens when you hook 2 car batteries up to a soldier's nipple, go back to my first YouTube video and you'll find out. And it was hilarious. I did a bunch of other goofy videos. I always like to keep everybody happy and laughing. And I always thought that it kept morale better. As long as you have good morale, you can't go wrong, right?
I somehow learned to avoid
Right.
the fights.
Oh, well, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Let's get the clamps. I actually have a photo. I'll have to show you guys sometime. Speaking of clamps, I was always goofy in the Army, so you have to excuse me. And they gave us a lot of energy drinks. Oy. So there I was, being awesome, as usual. Oh, well, that's it. That's all. Anyway. My brother was a Vietnam as a Cobra pilot. Oh, wow, that's amazing. If you guys are familiar with the story of the movie with, speaking of Mel Gibson, of We Were Soldiers, my great uncle, my Uncle Jim, he was actually an combat air medic, and he was in that exact unit. He wasn't in there for the fight. He actually arrived 2 days after that all took place. Fort Knox? What fort? Fort Knox. Here, hold on one second. Oh. I'm getting so old. Keep this up here because it means a whole lot to me. This is my Fort Knox basic training book, and let me see. Let me go and find myself so I can show you the awesomeness that it was. I was a big boy when I joined. There I am, right there. There I am, right there. That's me. You can tell by the baby face. But yeah, so that was it, and we got the whole picture book and all that. Thank you so much. You can see all the training we did. Here's guys coming out of the gas chamber. Here's us doing our rifleman training and everything like that. Hand grenade training was fun. I enjoyed throwing the hand grenades. Hand grenades are pretty dope. More guys training for their gas masks and all that stuff like that. I'm somewhere. I have the DVD somewhere coming out of the gas chamber. I was all jacked and everything like that. You know, it's terrible. A little bit of, let's see, some bayonet training and pugils where we fought each other. That was a lot of fun. I liked fighting people. I enjoyed that. That was some of the good times, you know, learning some combatives and stuff like that. Good times, you know. Let's see, what else can I show you guys out of this book? All these awards they keep sending me. I don't know. Awards. I don't know. I wish they'd just give me like a gift certificate to McDonald's. At least it'd be useful. Let's see. Something cool. What is basic training? First aid class. That was fun. Oh, here. This is always cool. You get to play with the guns. There's the automatic grenade launcher. So it's like basically a grenade launcher. Grenades. That's a lot of fun, right? This is when we got to learn to kick indoors. Kicking indoors was fun. I was really good at kicking indoors, surprisingly. I did a really good job. I could kick in some doors, you know? Warrior challenge, blah, blah, blah. Shooting rifles, blah. Rappelling. Now, that was fun. I enjoyed doing the rappelling. That was a lot of fun, and climbing the ropes and all that, and the rappelling down the wall. Good times. Good times, you know? Bayonet training. I'll never forget bayonet training for the rest of my life, because when we did bayonet training, everywhere we ran, I'm going to kid you guys not, they had the Army values. There are 7 Army values. I'm not going to go over each value right now. It is an acronym for those who do remember who are military. Y'all know what it is, leadership. And you would see the sign, and you'd have to say what it was, and you would run. So first off, I'll just say it was like the first one is loyalty. So you'd say loyalty, 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 and you're running with your bayonet, and then you'd get to your first target, and then from there you would have to scream kill over, kill, and then you'd see the next sign, and it would say loyalty, loyalty duty, all the way to the next one, and then you get to the next bayonet target, kill, and then that's what they would make us do for like a mile and a half. And the idea is to work your lungs out while you run. There's a purpose to everything, and the shouting is to make your lungs pump and work the hell out of you. Don't drop your weapon. I got really good at falling asleep and standing up with my weapon, and I would wrap my arm around the sling, and I would hold it standing up in formation. I could grab an extra 5-10 minutes that way. Boy, if I can say one word for basic training, and I think everyone can know, tired. Tired. You're always tired. It's 9 weeks of being tired. Excuse me. It was 11 weeks for me. 11 weeks of being tired. I don't remember sleeping much. It was fun. then you get to Iraq and you're like, this doesn't fit what they taught us at all. And you have to whole relearn everything. Polishing them floors. Hey, I got good with that Johnson's wax, Fort Knox, Kentucky. Absolutely. That Johnson's wax, the one in the yellow can, I could lay a coat of glass. Shing! Y'all have no idea. The Army, if you do not get out of the military, you'll get one thing. You can buff a floor. If you can't buff a floor and you leave the military, something's wrong with you. But I can buff a floor, y'all. I can make a sheet of glass. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You ate KFC, though. Well, you're not missing much, Kentucky. No, Kentucky's lovely. They've got some amazing stuff in Kentucky. Kentucky Down Under is really nice. The Corvette factory is in Bowling Green. That's awesome. Let's see. They've got, there's a giant T-Rex standing off the highway. That's just interesting. Maker's Mark is there. Bourbon, I guess, is also made. Los Angeles. Now, I've been to Los Angeles several times. I was stationed out at Fort Irwin. So I served 5 years out in California hanging out, and that's where I deployed from. 26 months combat time. What? I gave them 2 shots at me. They got 2 chances to kill me, the terrorists. They got 2 chances. I gave them 2 opportunities. And you know what? You missed me twice. That's your bad. You're in Mississippi just below me. Wunderbar. I have some good friends from Hamilton, Mississippi, outside of Tupelo. So very cool. No, see, though, here's where you said, do you like camping? I was a military brat my whole life. So when I say camping, my wife, she knows about camping, where you cook your food over a fire and you're in a tent. I'm a little spoiled. When I go camping to me is we take all the cool stuff we have here and we take it to the woods. That's camping. So much so as I bought a camper. I always wanted a camper, and I bought myself a nice 22-foot camper that I tow with my truck. And it's awesome. I've got everything in it that I need. It's all set up, brand new. I think it's a 2017 camper, so it's brand spanking new. I'm the first person, bought it off an RV guy, an RV lot that sold nothing but RVs. And I love it. I'll have to show you guys some. What kind of truck? It's a GMC. It's just my tow. It was just a truck. I just needed a truck, just a tow, and it does its job perfect. Someday I'll get a bigger truck. Someday I'll get a nice big, maybe a Dodge Rams. Evie likes the Rams. But I have an inflatable hot tub, and I take that camping with me because there's nothing better than getting to your campsite. You fill up the hot tub, right? You drop the awning down, right? You fill the water up inside of it. You put the lid on it and you let it do its thing and get all nice and warm and hot. And you go out and you do your thing playing around. But when you come back at night, there's a hot tub. And you're in the middle of the woods with a hot tub.
It's really weird.
That's camping, people. That's camping. So, yeah. I do have my jet ski as well. Yes, Gary, I have my jet ski. And I love my jet ski. It's so awesome. I wanted to get an older one specifically because back with the older ones, they didn't give a damn about safety. It was all about go. And that's what I liked was the speed. So I've got a nice flat bottom. Oh, man, I can go in about 3-4 inches of water maybe. Just as long as the thing that sucks up the water is still buried, we're good to go. You like camping in hotels? Now you're talking, Lisa. Yeah. Now you're talking. I like swimming in cement ponds. Okay. Well, let me tell you, Matt, I'm going to say this. Evie, what did you think about the inflatable hot tub? She's playing Fortnite. She's no good to help. I think it's great. I used to have one. Sometimes I set it up in my basement. They get nice and hot. Mine got up to 105 degrees, which is perfect. They're easy to clean out. They're easier to inflate. It's all one system. I'm very happy with it. It helps with my arthritis. It's nice that it's easy. So I understand they are great. Oh, I understand. They're coping. That sucks. I'm also disabled as well, so I understand.
I don't know if he even has voice. I don't know how to do that.
But yeah, so I think they're great. I would say, if anything, they're a thumbs up. They're worth it. Definitely a cheaper option than an expensive in-ground and everything like that. And you can take it anywhere, and that's what I liked about it. I hear you. PTSD does suck. But you can take it anywhere, and that's what I like about it. I can wrap it up, store it up inside the camper, and we're off. That's the great part about that. And that's why I like, I don't know, I'm spoiled like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sorry for you. I'm sorry that you
Nope.
you have it. But we're strong. We're hua. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, drill sergeant. Make it hurt, drill sergeant. Make it hurt, hua. Pain is weakness leaving your body. That's all it is. And I'm expelling a lot of weakness all the time. All the time. The Heart of Comedy is here. Hello, the Heart of Comedy. Glad to have you guys here. By the way, guys, if you haven't been subscribing to each other, I love it. You guys are an amazing group of people. This is like, I've never had so many people I don't know in at one time, and this is amazing. So if you guys, let's help each other out too and make sure we subscribe to each other.
Okay, I was in a party.
Speaking of pain. I got a nice little shock down my back. I don't know what that was. That came out of left field on me. My knee's been bothering me. Been having to wear this brace for the last few days. But other than that, we're good. You know, pain. Just like that. That was more weakness. Just gone. Gone. A subfest. A sub bonanza. No, that was my 24-hour live stream, which, by the way, I did a 24-hour live stream about a month ago, beginning of March. I did a 24-hour live stream. And Gary was an amazing supporter. Gary came through with, like, I think Gary was doing a super chat, every 4 hours, Gary. And I had to suck down so many energy drinks to stay up for that. And it's not that it's hard to stay awake for 24 hours. It's hard to stay awake and talk for 24 hours. So that was very difficult. Go for it, Mike. You and I were talking about that. And I was talking to you about that in your stream where you were calling those people. And I told you I did one. I will suggest this. I will tell you this, Michael. YouTube will not allow you to put up the full 24 hours of it. You can do the full 24 hours, but they're going to cut you and only allow 12 hours of it. So unless you can do something with a different platform or maybe something to compress it, they will take away. If you guys see, it's called my G-Bombs 24-hour live stream bonanza, because you had to say it like that or it just lost all its meaning. So it was bonanza. So, but they cut it, and I had done it in 2 parts, a 12-hour, and then I cut it because I read the rules that YouTube said I can only do 12 hours or 128 gig. And I did that, cut it at 12 hours, and then I started a separate one. But what they didn't tell me is that they meant 128 gig or 12 hours in a 24-hour period, which they did not tell me. So now I have to do it again, but I have to time it now, starting at noon, end at midnight. That should end the day, and then start the next one for the next 12 hours. So yeah, I got to do it again. But I may step it up and try to do a 36-hour live stream, and maybe step it up to 48 someday. A 48-hour live stream bonanza. That would be fun. I went through so many voices. My throat was so sore. But it was fun and worth it. Nothing like a night of staff duty, huh? Little CQ ain't no thing but a chicken wing. And here's something cool you guys probably didn't know about the military. The Army and the military is only required to give you 4 hours of sleep a day, and it does not have to be consecutive. Now, you're saying to yourself, now, what does that mean, Jeremy? What does consecutive mean? Well, that means that they can give you 15 minutes of sleep here and 10 minutes of sleep there and 5 minutes of sleep here and 15 minutes of sleep there throughout a 24-hour period, as long as it adds up to 4 hours. And that's all they're required to give you. So I myself, when I was in Afghanistan, I was doing 20-hour days, and I did 20-hour days for 96 days straight. And it was just my job. It was just my job. So my job was very important where we were in Afghanistan, and I had to do a lot of work, and I was really good. So, all right. Yeah. All the LAB's people coming by.
I'm playing cross.
Oh, you guys are amazing. Oh, you're playing cross-platform? That's awesome. I see it. That's what he is. OG Sinister, rocking it. So very cool. But yeah, 20-hour days for 96 days straight. I remember one time I was working with my sergeant, and it was me and my sergeant in the bay. We let all the other soldiers go home. I was the next highest ranking. Oh, thank you. It's not bad. I put the big mirror in front of it when we're not using it in the summer because, I don't know, I think it makes the room look more open. So there we were. Yeah. Late night. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to be up. It's funny is that it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I had to be up at 6 for work. So we were working, and I remember I was holding 2 wires. Butter. I was holding 2 wires. And I looked at my sergeant. I said, Sergeant. He goes, what? I'm like, I can't see the color of the wires anymore. And he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know what color these wires are. I can't see it. And he's like, we're done, dude. We're done. And I was like, well, I got to be back here in like 2 hours. He was like, nah, dude, you're not coming in until 11. You're good. And that was my first day getting a break in 96 days. And then they gave me half Sundays off, which was half Saturdays off and Sundays off. So that was interesting. But I loved my job there. I loved it. And I would never have changed it for a day. I loved it. I loved it. I would do it again if I could. Did I ever get KP? Fortunately enough for me, Michael, my job was important. And when I got snatched away for details, nobody would ever let me get picked up for details. So the guys who weren't good at their job, they did KP. I was always doing my MOS because I was good. I was good at what I did, and I had a lot of training. When I was in Iraq, I raised my hand. Anytime they said, who wants to go to a class, my hand was up. So I did BATS training, RAID training, HIDE training, Invacus training, FIDO training, Rapiscan. I drove the little bomb carts. Yeah, that was 50 cal Barrett, 50 cal operator. I drove a 113, which was an armored vehicle personnel, an APC with an RPG cage. Yeah, that's my jobs. That's what I did. And then I fixed and repaired and set up power grids and generators as large as 600K, which we called blockbusters. So it could run a city block of power. Generators big enough that I could get inside. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So yeah, and then I also did crows. I apologize. I forgot about crows. I did the remote control 50 cals. I did that as well. So when you see the guns on the top and they're done by a computer operator, I was trained as a trainer operator. So I was trained to teach other people how to do what I do with it and how to teach them how to teach others. I have my certificates somewhere. Yeah, I have tons. I have a book. It's called my I Love Me book, and it's all my certificates and all my awards and all that stuff they gave me, all these awards. I think I got 13 awards or something. I don't know. I'd have to count them. I don't know. I'm not saying it to brag, by all means. No, I'm just telling you the facts, you know. I was just a regular guy, nothing special, no big deal. Everybody has interesting lives. I'm already subbed to everybody. I'm just another guy who got lost after college, needed to pay some loans off. And the Army was the fastest way to do it. So I'm just a regular guy. I don't even put them in frames. I don't care. It's not that big of a deal to me. Hold on, I can figure out the awards. And they're on my
What did you say?
They're on my DD214. I got a copy of my DD214 right here. Let's see.
That person, who was it?
Here we go. For those who are veterans, I'm going to cover up my
okay,
social. You guys don't need to see that. This is my DD214. All my veteran people know what that is. So this tells you basically a summary of everything I did in the military. And here's the decorations, medals, badges, citations, and campaigns awarded or authorized. I have the Afghan Campaign Medal with Campaign Star, Army Commendation Medal. I got 2 of those. The Army Achievement Medal. I got 2 of those. The Meritorious Unit Commendation, Army Good Conduct Medal. 2 of those. National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal. Continued on Block 18.
I think he's trying to give me this Xbox.
Iraq Service Medal with, what does it say? Continuing to Block 18. Oh, over here. With Campaign Star, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Ribbon, 2 of those. Army NATO Medal and the NATO Medal. And I received a medal from NATO.
I can't do the squad, Phil. I think that's you.
And then I have some other ones that were with the unit that I was in, but those don't reflect on it because those are unit awarded ribbons, but I do wear them on my Class A's. So yeah. And then I don't know what this one is. This one was from the DAV. I don't know who they are. I was awarded the Community of Heroes Award. I don't know what that means. I received the American Vets Disabled for Life Memorial. They sent me my award in gratitude of my service. And then I was awarded, what is this thing? This is from, I forget who. This is a limited edition signed by somebody. I forget who sent it. Somebody from Congress or something. But it says, all are created equal, few become heroes. And I don't think of myself as a hero, but there it is.
Fill it.
And that's just some additional awards. I've got some more somewhere.
How do I do that?
Oh, well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Like I said, the military is a family thing. We've been doing the military for a while. My dad was military. My grandfather was military. My great-grandfather was military. And my great-grandfather was military. This is one of my favorite photos of all to ever show off. And I'm not for myself, but because I'm so proud of my family history, that this is, so this is my, I'm sorry, guys, hold on. So this is my dad in the bottom corner right here. That's dad right there. Dad's in uniform. And of course, me in uniform. This is my great-grandfather in uniform, or my grandfather in uniform, and my great-grandfather in World War I. So that's the Greenbaums in Private Joseph Werner Greenbaum, 1917. Private Leonard J. Greenbaum, 7th Army, Frankfurt, Germany, April 1955. My father, Sergeant First Class Greenbaum, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, and myself, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, Sergeant Greenbaum as well. And that's just one side of the family. We've got more. I think we have over 100 years of military service in the family. I was only able to do 7. I wanted to do more, but I couldn't. The mind was there, the body wasn't. So I do, Ann. I do still have the hoodies for sale. The campaign ended yesterday, but a couple people asked that I please extend it, so I did extend it. So yes, Ann, those are still available if you want to get yourself one. And please don't forget to use the promo code so that you can get yourself some money off, because I thought the price of those t-shirts were absolutely ridiculous. So I wanted to get you guys a promo code. So there is a promo code on there, and you guys will be able to get some money off. So that I just thought it was ridiculous with shipping and everything. There's no way. I would not pay $21 for a shirt. I'm Jewish, and that's what it is. It's called the Jew friend price. And I would never pay $21, especially with shipping. That just seems ridiculous to me. Ridiculous. Now, $15 for a shirt, a little bit of shipping works out to about $20. I could reasonably see that. But after 20, I'm starting to think that that's just a ripoff. So I didn't want you guys to be ripped off. So that's what I did. Well, thank you guys for coming over and hang out. Michael, you're amazing. I've seen you in my streams before. You've hung out with us plenty of times, Michael. Nah. Dad's a hippie from California. Dad was he was raised in the San Bernardino Valley. He went to high school with Valerie Bertinelli. He grew up right down the road from the Brady Bunch house. And so he's a Valley boy. So Dad's kind of a hippie now, but he's a cool guy. I love my dad to death. He stopped in one of my live streams and talked with us before. Love my dad to death. If you guys want to find him on YouTube, he does have his own channel that not very big or anything, but Mark Greenbaum. If you want to find him, I'll go ahead and post that up for you. He does a little YouTube, and he is wacky. I love my dad to death. He is, I think he's probably one of the best dads in the entire world. I was so lucky to have him as a father. And I appreciate it so much. Ice him, baby. Kill him. Put him down like a... Oh, good. He died.
You're paying attention to my game?
Oh, there's somebody dead in front of you. You got to kill him. So, yeah. And Grandpa on my mom's side, he was in, and I apologize, guys, if I'm talking too much Army, just let me know and I'll stop. And please, I'm not trying to toe and make myself in any way sound. I apologize if I'm coming off in any way as like gloating. I'm not, and I apologize if it's that way. If you guys are getting tired of the Army subject of just talking like this, please, we can change over. Oh, I can't wait. I would love to. I'm going to super chat you as soon as you're available, Mike. That's going to be so great. Butter. What, Butter? Come here, Butterball. Come here. Come say hi to everybody, Butterball. This is my baby girl. A lot of you guys know my baby girl, my Butterball. Yeah, give me kisses. Good
They
girl.
had to have split up. There's
Good girl.
no way that
Okay.
They were together.
Thank you. That's Butter. We have Peanut and Butter. And then my cats are Piper and Minimum. They really help calm me down. If I went to Mars, I think I would need maybe Butter with me. Butter would need to come. I would need to bring my Butter with me. My Butterball. My baby girl. My baby girl. Allison's here. Hello, Allison. How are you? Everybody's showing up. Oh, well, thank you guys. Yeah. Traveled all over the world, been all kinds of places, here and back again. I'm going to tell you guys, though, this, and this is something that, oh, you got a scar, purple scar, wunderbar. Oh, she's learning, y'all. She's learning. All right, so I want you guys to know that this was the most amazing thing I've ever probably seen in my entire life. I was in Kuwait, okay? We landed in Kuwait for 2 weeks of training before we inserted into Iraq. So we had to go do this training, and we were out in like the desert. And when you guys think about like the desert, when you imagine like the desert of like the sand dunes and the rolling hills and all that, that's exactly what it was. And as the sun was coming down on the horizon, it was this big, beautiful sun, and you could see it just lighting up everything. And there was nothing to block the view. And it was a nice, beautiful, flat horizon. Guys, I kid you not when I tell you that a herd of camels went by, and one was an albino white one. And they were just walking along the horizon over a sand dune as the sun was setting. And I can't tell you how captivating it was. And I'm sitting here and I'm picturing it again. And it was so captivating to see. And it was just something so amazing. And I felt so honored that I got the opportunity to do that and see that. It was just one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen in my life. And it was beautiful. And then they warned us about the camel spiders and the tarantulas that were going to be crawling us over us that night, and that we need to be very careful. And that's when the desert went back to being the desert again. So it was a moment of bliss followed by holy shit. And when I woke up in the morning, my buddy and I, Danny, you guys know Sip, we had to sleep outside in the desert. There wasn't enough room in the tents. And I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do, Sip. Did I see any? Oh, yeah, you want to see a picture of a camel spider? I caught this one. It was trying to attack me while I was getting a haircut. And when I say attack me, I'm not for pictures. You guys ready for all moment? This was in Afghanistan. Here we go. All moment. Aw, that's me. There you go. So that was a really nice picture. I'd love to go see that little boy again someday. Let's see if I can find the camel spider. I know I have pictures of it somewhere. Uploads. Maybe that's it. Pictures of you. Oh, you guys want to see me when I was pimping in New York? I used to be a tap dancer too when I was a kid. So I had to go to New York. This is myself, my sister, and my brother before he passed away. Yeah. And we were in New York 3 months before the towers came down. I was there to take dance lessons from some top dance choreographers. So I was there to lessons. I used to do tap dance when I was younger, when I was a kid. Not a kid. I was 16 when I used to do tap. I did tap dancing for 3 years. I won a few awards, nothing special. Where is my camel spider picture? This is going to make me upset. When I told you guys I worked on big generators, that was the generators I used to fix. And bigger, sometimes smaller. Let's see. Where is it? It's coming. It's coming. I'm getting close. I'm in the Afghanistan photos. Here's the helicopter ride out of the base. When I first got there, it was just dirt, sand and dirt. That was our base as we were leaving. Our tour was done, and I snapped this photo from the helicopter. And there was none of that when we got there. There was nothing. Nothing. Oh, somebody mentioned the clamp photo. We mentioned the clamp photo. I have to show you guys the clamp photo. We're working to the camel spiders. There's the clamp photo. There's me being goofy as usual. All right, hold on. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. We're almost there. We're almost there. Camel spider, camel spider, camel spider. They want the camel spider. I know. Oh, for those who are familiar with the desert in California, just outside of Barstow, you can just lay down in the highway. No one's going to run you over. So I was taking a nice little relaxed lay down while our car broke down in the middle of the Mojave. So, yeah. Let's see. There's I'm sorry, we're just going through pictures right now. There's myself with Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan. Bam, he came to our base to visit and hang out. Really nice guy. If you guys ever want to see what a real dust storm looks like, this is what a dust storm looks like in Iraq, and that is not edited. There's no filter. There's no picture. There's nothing. That's exactly what it looked like out for 5 days. 5 days of living on Mars. It looked like a dust storm. So my buddy snapped that photo. It was orange outside. It was orange outside. Where's my camera? My camel spider photo. I know I have it. A bit of my life. Is that it? No. That was me hanging out with John Ruiz, 2-time world heavyweight boxing champion. Really nice guy. Complimented me on my beer drinking skills. Oh, that might be on my thumb card with the camel spiders. Yeah, I think that's on my thumbstick. I apologize. I'll have to find it for you guys another time. Oh, nope. Here it is. I found it where we caught one. It was trying to attack me while we were getting a haircut. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. There you go. There you go. That's a camel spider. That was a little one, but they are aggressive. Charged me, yo. Came at me, bro. Came at me hard. Oh, God. I'm seeing some photos in here I'm laughing so hard at, and I'm not allowed to show them. Oh, boy. These good times, man. Good times. We were trying to see how many people we could fit inside a Humvee. Yeah, that's a little one. They get a lot bigger, much bigger. Oh, you guys want to see something really cool? Here's Evie shooting the 9mm.
So do I.
Bam, there's Evie at the range shooting the 9mm. And then when I took her to shoot the M4, there's Evie shooting the M4. That was date night. I took her out on a date. We went to a movie, pizza, and then we went shooting. So it was a lot of fun. Oh, and look, I made the newspaper in Iraq. So if you look over here, that's me right there. And we were in the local newspaper there. And I saved a copy of the newspaper from 2007, and I put it aside. Well, it's great to have everybody here. I didn't expect there'd be much of a crowd. Let's see if there's anything else worth showing. Just army photos and stupidity and stuff.
Whoa!
Yeah. Oh, this was my mom has this at her house. I volunteered for a 5-day foot patrol to look for IEDs. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of hard to make out because it's a photo of a photo. That's me right there. And the man right there with that little square on his chest. And I got a letter from the lieutenant colonel handwritten to my mom thanking her. It says, Greenbaum family, I just want to take a second to tell you what a terrific soldier Specialist Greenbaum is. He is hardworking, caring, and brave. Just the type of soldier, just the type of soldier I want in my battalion. Here's a photo of us about to go on mission. Take care. God bless. Lieutenant Colonel Doherty, Tim Doherty, battalion commander. Black Dragons. So that was before we did our 5-day foot patrol. I was out on mission outside of it looking for IEDs, explosive weapons, scanning for insurgents. I'll tell you guys this story, and this was probably just one of the most odd times that I had in the military. It was on that foot patrol. And they took us out at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and they dropped us off in a field, and we had our night vision goggles on. And they put us off in twos. They paired us off in twos, and they would have us randomly. We got into this field, and they had us randomly pair off, and we just had to lay there and be super quiet. And they had us there for about 2.5 hours. And we were waiting to see if anybody would fire mortars at our base. And if they did, we were to rush them and handle business. And I'll just never forget sitting there and scanning through my night vision goggles and just looking all around. And it was pitch black outside. So, I don't know. It was just an interesting time. It was an odd feeling. Very odd feeling. But yeah, it was just interesting. Something really interesting. Looking at the world through NVGs is a unique experience. So yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, I hope everybody does sub to everybody and we get some people growing. She is playing the new explosive mode. She's been doing that. Oh, well, thank you, Allison. I appreciate it. Just some of the times I did in Iraq. There was, for as many interesting stories there's probably a dozen or two stupid stories and goofy stories. For instance, for those who don't know, here, I'll show you. I have a bathtub tattoo on my ankle. Okay, that's an army story. If you want to find out why, just go back and watch my video, bathtub tattoo and why I have one. It's a very long story. You just have to, it was a live stream. Just skip through till you find it. Start at the beginning. It's worth every detail. But yes, I have a bathtub tattooed on my ankle with a pillow in it. And it was a story from the military that I required the commemoration of in ink form. And so, yeah, I did that. And I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry I took the money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh, that's great. Oh, yes, absolutely, Allison. Why do I have bathtub tattoo? And there's a pillow, and there's a pillow in it. So you need to go watch the video and you'll see. Now you will have to skip through some of the video. I'll just tell you right now, find it, skip through it. Okay, Lisa, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Get some sleep. Again, this was kind of like an unscheduled live stream. This is kind of just for us. We're not going to tell anybody. So shh. But yeah. Oh, and absolutely to all the Beast people. And I appreciate all the guys who were hanging out over at LA Beast stream, coming over to hang out with mine. You guys are the nicest. You didn't have to do that. And to all my regulars who are here, I appreciate all of you guys being good.
I just have
being back.
Yeah, walking right next to him.
Right? The bathtub is a good story. Thank you. Thank you so much, Patrick. Oh, right. I love LA. Now, when LA Beast, and again, not trying to toot my own horn, but when he was doing his walk across America, I was the guy with the camper who was going to volunteer to drive behind him. I had some free time, nothing really going on. I had the camper. I was like, I knew he was going to need it. And I was like, why not? So that was me. Oh, I know, lady. Well, I'm so happy to have you with me, Lady Sapphire. Saphir. I think I always say that wrong, hon. And I'm so sorry. Well, good. Yeah, I love the bathtub story. It's one of those stories that you're like when you're old and did I ever tell you how I got this bathtub tattoo or why I got this bathtub tattoo? Maybe the lady in the nursing home be like, no, Mr. Greenbaum, why don't you tell me? Not that she knows that I had already lost my mind and I told her the story not a week ago. She allows me to once again tell her the rant and rave as she's cleaning up the room and everything. Surprisingly, too, when I used to play Clue, I loved being Mr. Green, not only because people thought, oh, because he likes Mr. Green because he's Greenbaum, but Mr. Green actually has the fastest access to 2 rooms in the game out of everybody. So it's actually a strategic play to take Mr. Green when playing the game Clue. And the second one, if you do it right, will take you to the conservatory, from the conservatory to the library. So that's 3 rooms knocked out. And if you need to bounce back and forth between your turns to figure out exactly what you need to figure out, you know how to do that too. So the chance of being able to figure out 2 out of 3, as long as you have one of the rooms of those 3, which the likelihood is you will. Yeah, I told you guys a little secret about the game Clue and how to win that one. Monopoly is another one of my favorite games. I love Monopoly. I'm really good at Monopoly. I figured out the secret to Monopoly. And it's a tricky one. People don't believe me until they see me execute. And then, you love Yahtzee? Evie loves Yahtzee. She's a huge Yahtzee player. She does the one on her phone. But I love playing Yahtzee. I love playing cribbage. Evie's good at puzzles. Me, I suck at puzzles. I don't have the patience at the time. I get frustrated. I'm like, what am I doing? They're like, you're making the picture. I'm like, but it's the picture on the box. You know, I'm like, why would I want to do that when I have the picture right there in front of me? It makes no sense. Oh, that's the secret, Matt? Oh, how about Monopoly? I'm going to tell you guys the secret to Monopoly. It's the cheap properties. The first line of properties that you can buy: Baltic Avenue, Mediterranean, Oriental, Connecticut, and the light blues and the dark purples that nobody ever wants. Baltic Avenue, Mediterranean are the first 2, those cheapies. It costs $550 to put hotels on those like that. You can do that in the first round. If you can get both of them in the first round, hotels are up. Now, people don't think much of it, but, you know, $250, $500 every turn around, bam. Now, the light blues, which is Connecticut, Oriental, and I forget the third one, and I hate me for that. I hate myself for it. But if you can get those, it's only $750 for hotels. So you can go from zero, buy all 3 properties, $750, mortgage everything you have to get those 3 hotels up. It's only $750. You can easily pull that off. Now, if you can control Baltic, Mediterranean, which is less than $1,000, I think it's only $1,500 for purchases and hotels for all. You can beat and basically have hotels set up. Now, again, people don't think much of it, but when they land over and over and over, or they hit 2 in a row, you'd be surprised how quickly people drain their money. And then when people don't have enough, take some of the money and a property, some of the money and a property. Give me some of your money and a mortgage property. That's fine. Some of your money and a mortgage property. That's fine. Some money and a property. And before you know it, you control everything. And the people who are buying a Boardwalk and Park Place are busy scrambling, trying to get to 2 houses by turn 14. And you've already got an established hotel, avenue, and random property scattered out because you've wiped out other players. That's how you win at Monopoly. You don't try to buy from the top. You start from the bottom up. And that's where people don't realize. Those other properties, they're good. And don't get me wrong, the strategy doesn't always work. But it's a strong strategy, and it wins me more Monopoly than I lose. Usually people team up against me to beat me in Monopoly, and even then, it's close. Okay, guys. Well, look, this was an unscheduled live. I appreciate everybody coming over. I know a lot of people were hanging out, and everybody in the LA Beast was still hanging out after his stream. So I want a big shout out to everybody to LA Beast because he's a great guy and hosting our last live stream and allowing all of us to meet you and me meeting you as well. This is an absolute pleasure. If you did subscribe to me and I haven't subscribed to you, I definitely will. Give me a day or so. It updates and it'll let me know you subscribed, and I will definitely subscribe back, and I will come and watch your material channel. If you guys go live, I'll be there too. We'll always catch you in an LA Beast whenever I possibly can. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to some of my stupid, goofy stories. I appreciate all of you. And if you don't, for those who are my regulars, I don't want to in any way push it to the new people. But my regulars, if you guys still want the T-shirts, they're still available. The T-shirts and the hoodies. You guys know where to go to find the address. If others want to find out and maybe ask, that's fine. I don't want you guys even considering T-shirts yet until you hung out for at least a dozen streamed live with me. I appreciate it. Bye, guys. If it'll end. It won't.